Hey Minimizers, you're getting ready to watch some footage from one of the Minimalists live events from the Love People Use Things tour. If you'd like to see us on the road, visit theminimalists.com/tour, or you can find all of our live events over at patreon.com/theminimalists. Enjoy.
Hi.
Howdy.
Hello.
Hi.
So,
What's your name?
Oh, Morgan. My name is Morgan.
Hey Morgan.
Morgan.
What's
Thanks
on
for
your
coming
mind?
So many things, but I'll try to limit it. So, I agree that we try to avoid the conversation of grief, even more so than the conversation of death. And recently, I've had 3 friends just totally leave my life for various reasons. A sibling, also same case. In all of those, there was moving because their family wouldn't let them talk to me, leaving my life because they have drug addictions, leaving my life because of this, that, and the other. And what do you say to somebody who already has a hard time making human connections? To help them understand how to find value in people without using them. Like, I am missing these amazing people in my life, and maybe I just want somebody to go hiking with. Maybe I just want somebody to go out to coffee with, or something like that. But I don't want to use people.
It sounds like you're afraid that you're afraid that these relationships could become transactional in some way.
Exactly.
Well, let's talk about what it means to love. I think we can start there. We get really confused about love. I love my wife, but I love burritos. In Canada, up in the Nunavut region, the Inuits have a dialect. One of their dialects, they have 53 different words to describe snow. We have one word to describe what we call love, and we still don't know what the hell it means, right? One is like, if I say I love burritos, what I'm really saying is I really like it. That's what that means, right? Or if I love my pickup truck, fine, but I really like that thing, right? Or maybe it adds immense value to my life. That's what I'm saying about that. We're using that same word. If I say I love my wife, that's something different, right? Now, most of us, when we say I love someone, it means I'm attached to them. Well, that's also not love. Attachment blocks love. And so what is love? To love someone is to see them for who they are without trying to change them, right? And so if you can show up with someone else and see them for who they are without convincing, coercing, persuading, debating, all those things are unloving as well. To convince someone is to unlove them, right? But if you can show up and see them for who they are, well, then you aren't using them at all. Joanne, I'd like to talk to you about something here, because this is triggering a thought in my mind. Often people, they have to grieve the relationship they wish they had. Because for a long time it was like, oh yeah, I love you. As long as you do these 7 things in this order by this date, then I have my conditional love for you. But of course, conditional love, it's an oxymoron. I'm sure you can talk more eloquently about this than I can, but understanding that, oh, you know what? I want that relationship to be this way, but it's never going to be this way. We might have to sort of grieve that as well. Is that fair?
Sure, it's fair, or you just continue to suffer, right? Because if your expectation of the other, capital O, is here, and all they have to give is here, then it's going to be a very tense and frustrating relationship. And we can only change ourselves. We can't change other people. We can only change how we respond and interact with others, right? So yeah, I guess in a way you either have to surrender to, I'm just gonna, if this is where they can meet me, then I'm gonna have to, if I want to continue this relationship, I'm gonna meet them here, or you will end up being very frustrated for a long time and adding a lot of suffering to your plate.
And the irony of that is it's always someone else who's frustrating me, right?
Well,
At least
of
that's, in my mind, that's how it works. I can't believe Ryan was doing that on the way to the venue today. And it's a real sign of maturity, too. In fact, I think it's the main sign of maturity to stop blaming other people. Realizing, oh, Ryan didn't make me upset. I made me upset. Oh, but his behavior made me upset. Well, maybe I don't like his behavior, but that's just because I had an expectation that his behavior would be something else, right? And so in a way, I might even have to grieve my own sort of expectations. Or I can cling to it, and then I can get dragged by whatever I'm clinging to.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, if I was to add anything, I would just say with any relationship, to make sure you're not just taking, you bring as much as you can to the relationship. And let's say the other person is taking from you, because I have relatives who, I got two brothers who had some very bad drug problems, and they were like hitting me up for money a lot of the times. And sometimes I'd help them out. Like if I had it, I would help them out. But then it gets to a certain point where I'm like, okay, I have to set a boundary with you so that I'm not just exhausting my resources on something that is really just kind of enabling them to do, bad things. And again, approaching it with compassion, I was very, very much able to set those boundaries. And I've got pretty good relationships with my brothers. I mean, I have a brother in prison right now, but I talk to him on a regular basis. And he stopped asking me for money, and now we can just have a normal conversation. But yeah, I mean it's a tough thing to do sometimes. But again, like I said the last time, approaching it with compassion to set those boundaries is totally appropriate. To set boundaries is to love, by the way, because if you're just saying yes all the time, that's not loving. That's
Placating.
Placating, exactly. So to set boundaries is loving.
Did you enjoy this video? If so, you can listen to full episodes of the Minimalists private podcast, available exclusively on Patreon. Visit patreon.com/theminimalists today. Your support keeps our podcast and YouTube channel 100% advertisement free.